I already know what color I want.
12-year-old Paige Hubbard and her mother are staying at the Ronald McDonald house while she undergoes radiation treatment for cancer surrounding her kidneys. Paige remembers when she was diagnosed just last year.
I wasn't able to go to the bathroom, and everywhere that I laid, it was very uncomfortable. And I just couldn't get comfortable ever. And I was going to school, and I had noticed that every time I walk, I get so out of breath, and I would hurt so bad. So we went to the doctors, and they diagnosed me with chronic constipation and a UTI, but that's not what it was. It was a tumor, and my tumor was starting to pinch off my bladder and pushing everything on the inside up and back towards my spine, which was causing my back pain.
A CT scan confirmed the diagnosis: cancer.
They said that we had to go to Vanderbilt right away. And we did, and they had seen the tumor, and I think the next day they had taken it out. And they put my port in, and then they told me that I needed to have chemo. I was angry and sad and scared because I didn't know what was going to happen. I lost my hair also around the time of May. At first I didn't really care. I was like, okay, I'm going to lose my hair, it doesn't matter. But then once it started coming out, it actually made me really sad. It was blonde and it had natural highlights in it, and it was wavy and then curly at the bottom, and now it's like a really dark brown with a copper tint to it. I wore bandanas all the time.
After the chemotherapy treatments were over, Paige was in remission, but then, only 3 months later,
I had started throwing up and I just couldn't keep anything down. So my mom took me back to Vanderbilt to get checked up, and they admitted me, and I had another PET scan, and they found another tumor, so I'm going through radiation now. That's why I'm staying at the Ronald McDonald house. I love the way how it feels like a home away from home, and that's what it's supposed to be. All the people here, the staff and the families, they're all very, very nice, and the volunteers. I like it here, and my mom likes it here too. And it's just really pretty and nice. And I used to live in a trailer, and this house is so big and so pretty that I just love it here. I feel grateful that I'm living here.
Since her first day at the Ronald McDonald House, Paige became the unofficial welcoming committee.
I always welcome them. I always say, hi, nice to meet you, I'm Paige. And because it's nice to know somebody that lives here instead of not knowing anybody and staying in your room all the time. I used to be quiet and shy and never talk to anybody, but I learned that if I don't talk to people, I'm never gonna meet anybody. And that family today, I saw those girls playing, so I thought, hey, that looks like fun, and I wanted to be friends with them, and now I am.
Friends may be her favorite medicine, but Paige's body reveals all the evidence of fighting cancer.
It gets empty and then it almost beeps. I get basically all my nutrition from feeds that my mom has to make, and it's basically just an IV kind of, but not like in your skin. It goes through my nose and my stomach absorbs it. The end of it is right here. Whenever they put it down, it was so uncomfortable. And I was crying and screaming, and I felt like I was the worst patient ever. But the nurses were so sweet, and they kept saying, no, you did good, you did good. These are Hickmans, and They're just like a port, but I usually just get IV medicine. Also, whenever they have to draw my blood, they just draw it from this. It's just for the hospital, but she has to flush it every day.
Even though Paige is the one fighting cancer, she sees her mother going through the tough times right along with her.
She's got so much on her mind. It's crazy because she's got to deal with so much stuff, and she's got to also take care of me.
As this strong 12-year-old girl continues to fight.
Whenever I'm feeling nauseous and just feeling really sick, I try to just breathe through it.
She keeps her mind and time occupied with a new, exciting distraction and some big-time friends.
Shay, Weber, and Pecorine, they came to see us at the hospital, and they were signing autographs, and their mascot Nash came too.
Paige and her family were invited to go to a few Nashville Predator games.
It was exciting, even though I didn't really watch sports at all. It was still really exciting because they're in the National Hockey League, and they're just not playing like small games. It's big because where I come from, it's a really small city. Ever since my first game, if the Predators are playing, I always watch it.
And as Paige comes closer to finishing her radiation treatments,
I'm doing really good, and I've got to keep gaining weight so that I can get this Hickman taken out. And then after radiation, I should be fine.
she reassures new families that need this house.
The Ronald McDonald house is going to be like a home away from home. It's not like a home away from home, it is a home away from home.